My name is John Bolton, and for the last 30 years I've been a massive fan of the Equalizer. I remember watching it when I was far too young to have been watching it, and it's been my favourite, or one of my favourite TV series pretty much my entire life. So fast forward up until about a couple of months ago, and I was lucky enough to go to New York for a few days to celebrate my 40th birthday. 40 years. Jeez. And I decided that I would try and make some use of that opportunity to go and find some of the shooting locations for episodes of The Equalizer. And after quite a lot of man hours, I managed to pin down quite a lot of locations. Dozens and dozens of them, actually. And I had planned out 3 days of pretty heavy location spotting, which would have taken me through probably most of the locations for most of the episodes that I liked, particularly from the first 2 seasons. I've only got as far as mapping out the first 2 seasons, and I still have plenty of gaps. Turns out, though, being fat and old means that actually I didn't get around nearly as many as I'd planned. Men plan, and God gives you fat and painful feet. So, what follows in this video and any videos that follow in this series is my attempt to capture as many of the locations as I realistically could in the time that I had, with the feet that I had, and I've interspersed bits that I found with clips from the episodes in question. And so this is The Equalizer, filming locations, some of them. I don't know in what way this is from Breakpoint, but this building in some capacity is in the episode Breakpoint. I imagine I'll look into how exactly it's used in the edit. Or just, oh, that's nice and warm, that bulb. But there's the building anyway, 15 Central Park West.
Isn't it round there?
Breakpoint.
Is that the one that I did?
That's the one that we did together, yeah. Hotel Mayflower, that was, demolished in 2004.
Yeah, I remember.
Down this street, I think, if I'm right, is the street where the guy goes to ring the police and he gets shot dead. So that's the side of the hotel building they used, and this is the bit where... Nah, I'm fine. Rings the police there and gets shot. Central Park West, guy shouting there.
You know, McCall, the greatest thing you can do for your health, for your psyche, and the human race in general is to have just a little bit of humor. Not too much, mind you.
Episode The Lockbox, McCall and Dana walking and talking about de Grumont, or Gromont, or Graumont, walking in this direction. So we're 63rd Street, that's what this is. Coming in this direction towards me, walking down there talking about de Gromont, and I think they stop on this corner, and that's where they Dana agrees to get McCall involved. Classic. Lovely stuff. That's a big pile of leaves that I imagine Sam is now quite glad he didn't try and jump headfirst into. So, this is the junction of Clark Street and Brooklyn Heights. This is the apartment building where Carly and Randall lived. This is where McCall chased Steve. around here. So he chased him from up that way, came around here. So theoretically, there would have been a phone box or something here before, but I guess McCall chases him down that way and threatens him on the pier, which is down there. And there's Brooklyn Bridge. So we assume that those were the windows of the apartment building that she looks out of when he's in the phone box talking to her, and that is what's at the bottom of this. And there's a phone box. It's broken. This might even have been the phone box, so it might have been one of those upstairs windows. No way of knowing. Right, that's the Supreme Court, or at least ways it's presented as such. That's using unpunished crimes. There's the sheet. What's that?
I need the videotape back again.
This is the Jacob Javits Conference Centre from the episode Dead Drop and Community of Civilised Men. In neither of which episodes was the building actually finished, but 30 years has done wonders for the place, although to be honest it looks the same except with loads of glass.
Get the list?
Right here.
Move away from the kid, Hershey. What do you want? Don't be a hero.
Abingdon Square, corner of Hudson Street and West 12th. It would seem to me that Howard Winter and his son Chris, or Chris Winter and his son Harold, whichever way around it is, come around this corner towards me, and then whoever this chap is, I never looked up his name, I bother focusing on it, jumps him and there's a scuffle here, right by this lamppost. From the episode Re-Entry, which is... Anyway, here it is. And so that's the building that's in the background, the Laura Speck something. I'll go and get a photo of it in a sec. Lovely. The tube? Yeah, hang on. Right, so this is West 37th and 11th Street in Greenwich Village. This is number 40. This is the apartment building, the one with the black door, where the Equalizer lives, or lived.
Charles, you seen Sarah? Oh, yeah! Ziggy Stardust is my favorite. You know him?
He's mine too.
So we're on East 10th Street and I want to say Broadway. This is Grace Church. It's also a school. Now what's important about this is that this is the school where Carleen Randall's daughter Sarah attends. Now in the episode we see Steve, her stalker, talking to Sarah through the gates. So this is the church. Just try and get the spire in. There you go. We see her talking to Sarah through this fence right here. Can't remember the exact point at which he's doing it, but he's talking to her through this fence. I didn't expect to be so many kids here, to be honest. Slightly. So there's, yeah, and then so he's talking to her through this fence, and then there's a shot right at the far end of the road.
Oh my God!
4th Avenue. Seemingly a lot more kids here than I expected, to be honest. Quite a lot more. But yeah, so I'm meant to make this really inconspicuous. So he's basically stood, and there's a shot through here. Yeah. So yeah, that's right, I think. So yeah, so Kylie Randall's daughter Sarah talks to him through one of these fence things. And then the mother tells him to kind of leave her alone. Yeah, so that's where all this takes place. Having to kind of rush this because there's somebody inside the gates looking at me weirdly. Yeah, so there we go. There's the church that we see in the opening shots, and down there is the school playground, which for obvious reasons I can't film. There we go.